Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is September 7th, 2023, and it's reported that Xavi Hernandez could only extend his contract for one more season. Also, it's reported that Barcelona are already planning the contract renewal of Pedri. And finally, the club are currently tracking a new Celta Vigo talent. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's free, it only takes a second, and in doing this, you will be helping this small and humble channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the gift bag, and if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the bet us. Both links are down below in the description. Now I'll begin with the news that Xavi Hernandez might only renew his contract with Barcelona for one more season. Now Xavi Hernandez's contract expires at the end of the season in the summer of 2024, and Joan Laporta is very satisfied with the Spanish coach's job, especially after winning La Liga in his first full season at the helm of the team. And as a result, Joan Laporta, the board of directors, and even Deco want to extend Xavi Hernandez's contract for two more seasons until the summer of 2026, which is when the presidency of Joan Laporta will come to an end. Now, Joan Laporta wanted to renew the contract of Xavi Hernandez before the summer transfer market began. However, due to the financial fair play rule restrictions that Barcelona are currently facing, Xavi Hernandez informed Barcelona that he has no problem of waiting to renew his contract after, because he was more interested in Barcelona signing new players and registering those players before they extend his contract. And now that the summer transfer market is closed, Barcelona have turned their attention to extending the contract of Xavi Hernandez. Now it's reported that Deco will head these negotiations between Barcelona and Xavi Hernandez to extend the contract of the Spanish coach. And even though Joan Laporta, Deco, and the entire board of directors want to extend Xavi Hernandez's contract until 2026, due to the financial fair play rule restrictions, Xavi Hernandez might have to extend his contract only until 2025. Now, Barcelona are going to have to reach out to La Liga to see how does Xavi Hernandez's contract figure out under the financial fair play rules. And if La Liga approve the contract extension until 2026, then Xavi Hernandez will be renewed until or extended until 2026. However, if La Liga say no, then Xavi Hernandez's contract will only be extended until 2025. And then next year, Barcelona will try to extend Xavi Hernandez's contract for one more season until 2026. Now, speaking of contract renewals, it's reported that Barcelona are already planning the contract extension of Pedri. Now, when Joan Laporta and his board of directors arrived in Barcelona, they had two objectives. The number one was to fix the financial situation of the club, and the number two objective was to fix the sporting project at FC Barcelona. Now, Laporta and his board of directors began fixing the financial situation by, number one, reducing the expenses of the club by offloading players who had incredibly high contracts and by signing new players with much lower contracts. And number two, by increasing the revenues of the club, whether it's through the new marketing and sponsorship deals, the activation of the economic levers, and also the approval of the Espai Barca project, which of course will generate a lot more income to Barcelona through the newly renovated facilities. Now, the second objective of Joan Laporta and his board of directors was to fix the sporting project, and they aim to do that by continuing signing big name players, but also, and more importantly, by betting on young players, especially those from La Masia. Now, with that goal in mind, Joan Laporta immediately extended the contract of Pedri in 2021, and he extended it all the way until 2026. And despite Pedri's contract not expiring for another 3 years, it's reported that Barcelona are already planning the contract renewal of Pedri, because again, Joan Laporta and his board of directors want to really bet on young talents. Now, it's reported that Barcelona are planning a meeting to extend the contract of Pedri next summer in 2024, and they hope to extend it for another 5 years. And Pedri will not be the only player that Barcelona are planning to renew. Of course, we all know that Xavi just renewed his contract in 2022 until 2026, so he most likely will be the next player that Barcelona will look to extend his contract even more. And of course, there's Ronald Araujo and Iñaki Peña, who have both extended their contracts until 2026. Then there's Lamine Yamal and Pau Cuarsi, who have also extended their contract until 2026 due to their young age, because under FIFA's rules, if you're under 18, you can only extend your contract by 3 years. And finally, there is Ansu Fati, who extended until 2027, and Alejandro Valde and Fermin Lopez, who have both extended until 2028. And Barcelona plan to renew the contracts of these players in descending order to make sure that they continue betting on their young talent, especially their young talent that have come out of La Masia. Now, speaking of young talent, it's reported that Barcelona are currently tracking the Celta Vigo young talent, Hugo Sotelo. Now, Hugo Sotelo is a 19-year-old pivot who has come out of the Celta Vigo Academy. And it's reported that this player has a lot of promise and a lot of potential. And as such, Barcelona are currently tracking the player's situation. Now, as reported in yesterday's live stream, Barcelona are not ruling out signing another pivot, because even though Barcelona have signed Oriol Romeo as the club's pivot, of course, Oriol Romeo is 32 years old, so Barcelona need a long-term solution, so someone who can take over once Oriol Romeo retires or leaves the club. And Barcelona are currently eyeing Hugo Sotelo as a possible long-term solution. Now, Hugo Sotelo's contract with Celta Vigo does expire in 2025, and he has a 10 million euro release clause, which is of course affordable for Barcelona. But one thing that Barcelona are worried about is that there's currently a pending contract renewal between Celta Vigo and the player, where Celta Vigo are hoping to extend the player's contract and give him a higher release clause, because they know that there are plenty of clubs now tracking this young player, so they're hoping to cash out on the transfer of Hugo Sotelo. Now, it's reported that amongst the many clubs who are currently tracking the situation of the player is Real Madrid, so we're gonna have to see who will win this race for the Celta Vigo young talent. Now, while we're still on the topic of young players, it's reported that Deco will be combing the markets all around the world for under 20 players. Now, as I reported many times before, Deco currently has an obsession with signing young talents who have a lot of potential, so Barcelona can groom them and they can become first-team players. And it's reported that Deco hopes to sign players who are under 20 years old, players who do have a lot of potential, but they have yet to break into the elite football, because he believes that this will help Barcelona achieve the next level in football excellence. Now, it's reported that Deco plans on taking advantage of Barcelona's powerful scouting department to continue scouting big markets such as the South American market like Brazil and Argentina, and European markets as well, such as Spain and Portugal, because Deco believes that previous Barcelona presidents had not taken advantage of this huge tool that Barcelona has, which is its scouting department. And Deco does not want to commit the same mistake. Now, it's reported that Deco will not only be scouting markets for under 20 players, but it's also reported that he will be scouting the free agent market, because this is a market that Barcelona had not taken advantage of in past years. But these past 2 years since the arrival of Laporta, Barcelona have been able to make some great signings, such as Andreas Christensen and Ilkay Gundogan. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Peace, Barça.